Hi, I'm Mike Shotsky, founder and principal of Negotiation Dynamics, with another tip on how to make a great deal when you buy a new car. And today we're going to talk about when's the best time to buy a car. A lot of times people will say, well, when the model changeover or this time or that time. Well, it's true that sometimes if the manufacturer has a lot of cars left over when they change over the model year, they will put some pretty hefty hidden or advertised rebates on that car. So if you're looking to buy a car sometime in the summer when they do the model changeovers, that can be a good time. But there's one important thing to keep in mind. That works really well if you're going to keep the car for a while. If you're going to trade the car in after 2-3 years, remember you're already buying a used car, and so there's a big difference between this year's model and last year's model. If you look at some of the used car prices, you'll see there's a fairly steep decline year to year until you get way into the out years. So you've got to factor that in, whether it's worth buying a car that the moment you drive it off the lot is a year old. But if you're going to buy a car and keep it for a while, then that's a great time because there can be some really good advertised and hidden rebates. But it depends on the car. You've got to know what you're doing. You've got to do your homework and know whether those rebates are there. Other than that, there really isn't the best time. There is some pressure on the dealership to make numbers every month and every quarter. So the end of the month and the end of the quarter, and especially the end of the quarter, is a really good time, not because the dealer's bottom line changes, it's always the same, but because the pressure on them to sell cars is greater. And so as a result, what might have taken a long time to get them to finally exceed to, in other words, selling the car to you at their bottom line, you might have an easier time of it at the end of the month or especially at the end of the quarter. But that's only a question of, does it take you an hour or an hour and a half? You're still going to make the deal at their bottom line, it just could be a little easier. So if you need the car now, don't wait for the end of the month or the end of the quarter, because the dealer's bottom line is the dealer's bottom line is the dealer's bottom line, and it really doesn't matter when you negotiate it. For everything you need to figure out that dealer's bottom line and for a complete roadmap on how to negotiate a great deal on a new car, just go on over to negotiationdynamics.com/newcar.asp. See you next time.